99, 99, 99. Mike Redmond starts all of our podcasts, all of our live shows, everything except for today. Why? Because the worlds are colliding, Jerry. As Costanza would say. We have with us, we have DJ from the D&D Diner. In fact, most people don't know that she is actually at the diner right now. And yeah, exactly. And since we're going to be talking, this is going to be a special episode. We're going to try not to talk about sports. We're going to talk about the Mount Rushmore of things. I mean, does anybody know more about movies and streaming shows and everything else than DJ? Mike is going to be, as always, running the show. But I just wanted to introduce, for those of you who did not know DJ. DJ, tell everybody who you are, a little bit about yourself.
You said it. I'm DJ.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll give you a big old welcome and you give me.
I try to be simple these days, no big clue yet. Once you get to know me, then you've got me figured out. Just depends on what day it is.
Well, why don't you tell a little bit about the D&D Diner and what we do? There you go. Just saying.
Darren and I had this wild idea, and I do. I'm not on it as consistently as I was for health reasons, but when I come on, I usually throw it a lot. Darren likes to go to the theaters, so he does a lot of that. I'll do the streamers and watch it. For the most part, I'm a documentary kind of a person, so I really like all those. But every once in a while, I get stuck watching a mission movie. My girlfriend just sent me one today, and I started it, and then I was talking to Darren, so I had to stop it and get in here for a little bit.
So we appreciate it.
It's just been a fun little thing for him to make me do.
And we're gonna just for the record, everyone that's watching this, and if you're jumping on a little bit after, we have a couple of ideas that we're going to chat about, but there's no cheat sheet or talking points or anything like that. Some of the ideas that we're going to come up with are going to be off the cuff, so there's no prep time available. We're just going to give it the best shot. But as Darren mentioned, to make it official, I'm gonna hit this button. The no baseball, no sports logo has just been put on the screen, so we'll do our best to adhere to that. The Mets won today, by the way. I just
didn't last long.
But Darren, before we can have fun, we got to have the shout out to our proud sponsors over at Nashville Tax Solutions. He is so happy once again right there. So Darren, take it away.
This is an incredible soul who, as we are just on the cusp of episode 100, over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube alone, besides everything else who comes and sees us. Chris believed in us when nobody did. Nobody else knew who we were. Chris Bennett took a shot with us, and he has been our sponsor, and everybody at Nashville Tax Solutions. Hey, Fort Pierce, Palm Bay, are tax problems weighing you down? Are you behind on what the kids call filings? You're facing a lien? Nashville Tax Solutions here with the expertise and dedication that you need. Their experienced team handles the IRS so you don't have to. But don't just hear from us. Clients do say it best. Chris Bennett and his team turned a nightmare into peace of mind. They're sharp, they're honest, and they truly care. So don't let tax stress take over your life. Call 855-627-4829. Visit NashvilleTaxSolutions.com or email info@NashvilleTaxSolutions.com today. Nashville Tax Solutions, real help for real results. Hey, Mike, where's Chris today? Antarctica? Is he at the PGA something or other? Where is he?
He is, that is a great question. I actually didn't get to talk to him. We texted, but we didn't talk. If I had to guess, he's probably on the surface of the sun somewhere, I would guess. But he is probably gearing up for football season and making out those trips to, as you know, a season ticket holder there. So sure that. But I know where he will be. Don't know where he is today, but I know where he'll be on December 20th. He'll be with us at the Family Christmas Extravaganza. So shout out to them, and that's going to be a great time. We're starting to lock in some things coming together for that event. We just secured 2 rock walls today for the event. Starting to look at entertainments. We secured our inflatables, so the event's starting to come together already. We haven't had our first meeting yet, but it is almost that time. the talk extravaganza every week. So
And yeah, Mike, for DJ and for those of us who are watching today, listening, who are from more of the D&D side of really this empire, and my son talks about it. We should just put this into one big umbrella, right? Because it's just like whatever. But explain to them about the Christmas extravaganza and how many people are going to be there. And there was last year. It's great.
yeah, so no, thanks for asking. So the event, this will be the 17th annual event held here in Palm Bay, Florida. And so the thought behind this is we wanted to create an event where you can leave the checkbook and the wallet at home, and we just take your families out, even leave the cell phones and all that stuff, leave the tablets, and just have a giant family day at no cost for anything, no cost to come, no cost for food, no cost to park. There's nothing sold at the event. Everything is 100% FREE free, as we would say. And so regardless of what we do, it's all complimentary. So we're constantly building and growing this event year to year. We're now consistently over 20,000 people in attendance every single year. And it runs from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the third Saturday of December, December 20th. But as mentioned in last week's podcast, the Around the Ballpark is going to make their debut this year at the event. We're going to have a dunk tank confirmed. So you'll have an opportunity to dunk some of the ballpark folks. So that'll be super cool. And my partner, Eileen, my wife is going to be manning that station for us as I adhere to my other duties at the extravaganza. But that's going to be a blast. You'll have an opportunity to throw a ball. If you hit the target, you'll dunk our friend. If not, you'll still get a parting gift. So win-win situation. But you got to subscribe to the podcast before you get to play. So that's going to be the caveat. And some other surprises too, possibly some television screens with some former podcast episodes playing in the background, things like that. Potentially even a cornhole board made with the logo for Around the Ballpark. We'll see. We got some ideas. So we'll see if we can make it all happen.
Everything about that.
Event's going to be so much fun. Hoping to quadruple our subscribers that day alone. That would be amazing. That's kind of the goal here. So
all free.
With that, yes, all free. And face painting and entertainers that come. There's nothing. You leave everything at home. You got to bring your ID because you got to drive there and stuff like that. But outside of that, your ID and your keys, leave everything else at home. And it's a great way. It's like one of the only days where our kids and stuff are not playing on their tablets and their Androids and all that kind of stuff. They're actually having a good time and socializing and all that kind of stuff. So with that said, tonight is going to be so much fun, guys. We are calling it Mount Rushmore Sunday. We do that sometimes on our typical episodes where we'll rank different teams and different players on different teams and stuff like that. So I thought, let's talk about everything besides sports tonight. And hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us as well. But before we do any of that, I want to do this. I saw Kim Curie is here in the chat, and I see Brian is in the chat. So what I want to do real quick is Kim Curie, Brian Anderson, and his son, and several other friends of mine are going on a missions trip this Friday to Honduras. So maybe that's where Chris is right now. Who knows? But they're going on a missions trip to Honduras this Friday. So I want to lift them up in prayer. So, Father, we ask that the trip that they take this coming Friday and Brian the following Monday exceeds and goes above any wildest expectations that they have, that the word is going to be timely. They're going to reach and impact the community. And so many lives are going to be touched and blessed during this trip, that they get there safely. We know it's a long trip, but that they get there safely and they have an outstanding time. And this continues to grow. They can even double their team next year, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. And so, Kim, thank you for all that you do with that. I know there's been crunch time this week, getting all the different last minute packing done. I know you did the big event. Shout out to Texas Roadhouse for 10% off of any check today went to donate towards them going on this trip. So that is super awesome. So shout out to that team. I can't wait to see the pictures, the stories. Miguel is going. We've had Miguel in the chat a few times. So super, super excited for that. So let us begin. And so I thought you guys do your D&D diner, of course. And so I thought, why don't we talk the first topic here in the movie world. So Darren, I'm going to let you take the ball on this one in terms of where you want to go, because we can't just say Mount Rushmore of movies because there's like a billion different genres. So go ahead and take the first topic here, and I'll do my best to answer and as well.
All right, I'm going to start with a tough one. All right, the Mount Rushmore of overrated movies to you.
Okay. All right. As I'm thinking, my just so you know, I have every part of the house is being occupied right now, so I'm actually outside. So if I get too dark, or if you see like an alligator coming like really close to me,
Warn you.
just I know I love you guys, and we'll see you in the afterlife. No. So so overrated movies. That is a great start question. I don't have a great answer yet, but the wheels are turning. So
now again, that doesn't mean that it's a bad movie, just overrated. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to think of a good starting point, because I think how do I say that? I think the Batman franchise. This is gonna be a rough one to say this,
no,
but
I love that. That's good.
I think it has been excellent at times. It really has. But they're constantly, like, I feel like we need to see a Batman movie that's not starting off with us knowing the backstory of what happened to the parents and all that. Like, take it to different levels. I feel like Batman, they're kind of just redoing with a small twist, and there's so many layers that can be done. So I'm going to say overrated, only because they haven't even explored the depths of what they could, and it could be phenomenal. But I feel like they haven't scratched the surface with that. So I know that's a unpopular opinion. So apologize if you're watching.
Mine is going to be very similar to yours when we get to mine. But DJ, you're up.
Deadpool.
Ooh.
Yes.
Explain.
And the most recent Superman movie, the one that you went and saw,
was garbage.
They need to stop making what's the word I'm looking for? Continuance of movies, because usually if it's really good, the first one, don't blow it by being stupid on the next ones. Just my thought. But Deadpool, I was really disappointed.
No, I shouldn't say it was garbage. It just wasn't good. No. So here's the thing, and I know, again, I want to be very clear. If I don't like something, one, I could be wrong, or two, this is different strokes for different folks, right? Some people like medium rare, some people like well done. Just my opinion. Okay. I thought that the most recent 28 years later and the most recent Superman movies were terrible. And here's why. All Gunn tried to do was make what he did over at Marvel. And then there were the people, the paid rah-rah people saying, well, he took the cartoon approach. No, you're all under 30. You don't even remember Superman cartoons. Don't pretend you do. All right. Second of all, if you want to do that, you go into the bizarre world of some of the other things. Got it. But here's the one that I don't mean to be controversial, because again, I could be wrong. And I admit that. Star Wars. So overrated. Because the first one, which is, first of all, when the first Star Wars is now the third one, I got a problem with that, because that's math, and that is a little weird for me. But it just became Muppets in space. That's all it was. It was like Muppets. They're playing flutes. It's just. And now here's the thing. You want the proof that it's Muppets in space? Let's talk about Yoda. It's Grover. It's Grover from Sesame Street. It's Frank Oz. It's the same voice. Put some effort into this thing. Stop already. All right. There you go.
Tell us how you really feel.
Hold on, buddy. Keep bringing it on.
When it comes to Star Wars and everything, because they're constantly trying to, add these other new series, all based on that, a million spin-offs and things like that. I think most people will say 4, 5, 6, and then they wish they would have stopped after 1 and 2 and 3, and then when they made 7, 8, 9. But Darren, don't lose all hope, because I know that there's been some.
I love the way you said that.
Don't lose all hope, because I have a son here who is a diehard fanatic, or a Star Wars fanatic, and he says hope is on the way. and I asked him to send me a text message with a photo. There's actually a scene coming up in a new Star Wars movie that is coming out, and I'm really excited.
There it is. There's my guy.
Paddington Bear. Okay.
There is
Yes.
my guy.
And by the way, Darren, he also takes offense here. He was not.
Poor Paddington.
Oh, Darren, you didn't get to see our other friend.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh.
Yeah, there he is. See, that would have been a better Superman than this knucklehead they had. Oh,
Yeah.
he's just always. Well, he was so whiny and it was terrible.
Yes. It says, and Jake Redmond says, asked my coworker about Superman. He said he loved it. If you're looking for a Superman live action style movie, it's not for you. It's meant to introduce my generation to the older style Superman.
But that's my point. They don't know what the older style was. They're being told that's what it was, but they have no idea. They're clueless. You want to talk about that? I mean, just stop. And Lex Luthor was terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
I promised Aiden that we would see it this.
No, you should see it. Some people loved it. Don't get me wrong.
But,
Some people loved it.
Yeah. See, I'm not. Not that I'm not a DC guy. It's just it's harder for whatever reason to reel me in on those. I don't know what.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
But we can agree, even though I didn't see it. Judging from your recent review of I Know What You Did Last Summer, better than that.
Yes. Yeah, Superman is a lot better than that.
I love what you said in your video. Like you were apologizing.
To my eyes.
Yes.
Now on the Superman thing, down the street, somebody has an old pay booth phone. We collect all these things. We just don't have the actual pay booth, right? Well, this is not going to be a good picture for you to see. But for years, for a couple decades, they've got Superman inside the phone booth that's in their front yard. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
I have been wanting to steal that for a long time. But
you don't, because stealing's wrong.
Well, yeah, but it's also fun if you get away with it. Come on.
Right?
There are certain circumstances where it's okay. He's out in the sun 24/7. He's weathered. He needs to come in with all of our.
Listen, this is not a spoiler. Now, DJ, have you seen the new Superman movie?
I've heard from many, many people, and pretty much I've had a lot of people agree with you. Now, when there was a Superman movie just prior to this, right?
Yes. Yeah, that guy was a great Superman. The Man of Steel. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He's my Superman.
Yeah. And
he's my Steve for Blue's Clues.
Just gotta keep, Christopher Reeve is gone. No more. Oh my goodness. Because there's nobody better than him.
Gotcha.
Just saying.
Yep.
All
no,
right.
I'm intrigued.
Question.
I will definitely let you know as soon as I see it. My thoughts on that for sure. So before we move on to the next topic, the next one here, I want to share this, just a plug. I know he's watching right now, so I want to shout out. Super excited. Another thing that is near and dear to my heart, outside of everything else we talked about, is Man Cave. Been in that almost 7 years now, and so this Friday, we actually had him on the podcast not too long ago. But Pastor Eddie Anthony is going to be speaking this Friday night at our Man Cave event. So go ahead, if you're watching this, put that on your calendar. This Friday, doors open 6 p.m. If you know Eddie, he is a chicken guy. So we're going to have chicken galore, some sort of chicken eating contest at some degree. The sloppier and messier, the better. So make sure you invite a friend and come out this coming Friday, 6:30 p.m. Doors open at 6. And at the House Church of Palm Bay. So I wanted to let's go into. So this one is interesting. This one's a little off the cuff. I did put it in the image in the thumbnail, but I wanted to go around this, and you can get. I'm going to give you both 4 picks. I know it's hard to think on the fly, but let's see if we can get to 4 on this one. And while you guys are here in the chat, go ahead and put your thoughts to the questions, the Mount Rushmores that we are covering. So, Darren, you'll go first. So this is the Mount Rushmore. We all have been to weddings and in whatever kind of capacity. So this is an interesting one. Your 4 Mount Rushmore wedding songs. It can be one that has to be in there because it's the dance that everybody gets going. It could be one, father-daughter dance, bride-groom dance, or it could all just be like the hype songs that you have to play. Because some people, they hate them. They like chicken dance, for example. Some love it, some can't stand it. Some people will actually request. I did DJ'd for a while. They would request, do not play chicken dance, but play anything else. So Darren, to you first. You can give us 2 or 3 or 4 if you can get the 4, but of wedding song Mount Rushmore.
Well, Last Dance. Gotta have that because it lets everybody know time to go home, get out, right? So you need Last Dance. For me, because I'm of a certain age, You're My Everything. Love that song. That's just a great song. I don't particularly care for the song, but everybody loves the celebration. So everybody gets up there in celebration. Not for me, but as I see DJ shake your head, no. But that seems to get everybody up, and I like that because usually that clears everybody away from the food, and I can go get some more food. So,
yeah,
And then Shout is always a good one.
Shout, okay. So before we go to you, DJ, I see here in the chat, Kim put Cupid Shuffle is a must. I know, if you go on to any cruise ship, you go to a wedding recently, like some of the times have changed and some of the stuff that they play, but I do see a lot of the Cupid Shuffle. So I'll get to my list at the end, but that's an interesting one. And Darren, one thing I want to mention about your list, like those are all really good ones. Some DJs, though, what I don't understand is I'm not a big celebration guy either, but like everybody goes out there and there's just like, okay, so dance in the celebration, whatever. It's like, just doing the motions with that song. Being honest, I'm just dancing with the motions.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
But the DJs that need to stop doing what they're doing is when they go from celebration to You Are My Everything. Like while you have them up, keep them there. Like if you want to do a slow dance, you have to do it like when you see that people are tired and need a break, or like don't hype them up with YMCA and celebration and then just kill the mood. And then you have to strategically place that song. So DJ, go ahead with your picks.
Okay, so I'm not going to do 2, 3, or 4 because my one is going to top everything. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, said either at the church or at the after party.
Cotton Eye Joe?
No, another invites the dust.
There you go.
And we would have done it had my grandparents from Chicago not been there, because they got a lot of really weird scenes. I mean, they were very, very Catholic. But the family I moved that I ended up marrying into, they are totally opposite and all wacky packy. So yeah, my one, and I'm telling you, another one bites the dust. Perfect.
That's the perfect one. Okay,
that's good. That works.
That's her answer. And Jake says, "Jump around, stand by me, can't take my eyes off you, and you make my dreams come true." So those are great choices. Unless you're going solo and you don't have a date, and then you're sad, and 3 of those 4 is going to make your day really bad. But yes, those. If I was to do a wedding, those 4 would be on my list at some point. The right times. Butterfly Kisses. I haven't heard of that one in such a long time.
Oh, that one is old school. Good pick, Kim. Good pick.
Yeah. So I'll go with my 4 here. So I'm trying to take consideration songs that don't make me want to just stop living. So I'm gonna go. Cupid Shuffle is a must. In the year 2025, that's one that is going to get that guy at the table that doesn't want to be there off into the dance floor. So I think we have to do Cupid Shuffle. I think we can pass on the Cha-Cha Slide. I know some people would put that. I feel like that's overdone stuff. You have to go Electric Slide, though. I feel like that's still a thing. So I'd go Electric Slide. But then I would stop there.
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, that stuff. I just picked those 2 for the game style. I would go with Moni Moni. I feel like is one that is very, very popular. It brings everybody up there. Everybody knows what that one is. And then if you're going to go on the slow side, I would say Friends in Low Places might be a great choice to kind of get everybody there. Although I'm partial to We Didn't Start the Fire. That's always been a jam of mine. But I'm gonna go those 4. I'm gonna go Electric Slide, Moni Moni, Friends in Low Places, and I'm going to go Cupid Shuffle. And I see some audible mentions to Gangnam Style, anything by the Stylistics. I didn't mention YMCA. I'm sure that's one.
I have never been to a wedding where they've done YMCA or the chicken dance or half of the ones that you guys have talked about. So I guess I don't have that many friends that I go to.
Listen, I know DJ almost 20 years now. You have a lot of friends.
Yeah, but some things I'll do and some things I just, no, I'm good.
That's good.
And they all know it, and I get away with it, so it's okay.
We built this city. Yes. We built this city on rock and roll. Yes. Another good one. So thank you guys in the chat. There's a lot of good suggestions.
I hate that song. No, he's kidding. I hate that song.
Oh, he's kidding.
And Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time was another horrific 80s song that needs to be buried out in a field somewhere and forgotten, like Jimmy Hoffa.
Yes. I think, there's some that really make it just kind of hot. Like, do you ever know that there's always that one song where like come up and dance and you're like, all right, fine. And then it's just that song that really you can't dance to. Or they're trying to, make you do like, these moves. I don't know. So I've got 2 moves when I go out there. And so, I'm not a dancer to begin with, but it takes a little extra something to get me out there. But when I do, I don't want anything that's awkward. It's got to be something that I know, for sure. So DJ, you're up. Go ahead. If you have something on the table you want to throw at us in terms of anything we haven't covered yet that we'd like to go Mount Rushmore, your pick.
I'm just having fun following you guys and playing with you instead of me. Don't put me in charge of creating.
All right. I get that.
If one comes to mind,
I'll go straight to my hockey, and we're not doing that today, so I can't do that.
All right. Now, I have to put a little caveat. And again, people who are listening and watching, in the comment section, let us know what you think. And here's the thing. Give me your Mount Rushmore, your top 4 breakfast cereals as a kid. Now, here's the caveat. If it is mentioned by somebody else, you can't mention it.
Yes.
Oh.
Makes it tough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Count Chocula.
All right. There you're going to start. DJ starts Count Chocula for 1. What was the other 3?
Let's see. What was that? Peanut butter. They were little.
Yes, Kim.
Anything peanut butter was good. My cousin and I, we would, when I go back to Chicago every summer, we made a mess with all the Fruity Pebbles and everything. Yeah, we had a ball with eating all those old cereals.
Listen, somebody just mentioned Quisp. Quisp was my golden one. You picked it.
Really?
Quisp was outstanding. Loved Quisp.
I don't think I knew that one.
Oh, it was so good. Kim, like, you can't even describe what it was, but it was just full of yumminess and Quisp and Quake, and they had a competition. Captain Crunch was always good as well, Kim.
Always.
But it was like chewing on glass. We all know that, but it was delicious.
It was good.
So Jake put my all-time favorite Reese's. The Reese's cereal is like my all too. There's not like, what Reese's Puffs is or Reese's cereal is? It's I'm too exhausted. I'm too lazy. I can't make anything. I want something good now. That's always the best option.
Which you can have with milk, or just like me, eat it straight from the box, the whole box in one sitting. I'm telling you, I've done it.
No, good point, DJ, because sometimes there's days where the refrigerator is too many steps away from the cereal. So I'm just going to go for the cereal. I can't be bothered walking those extra feet to get the milk.
I agree.
But I like the Cheerios on there as well. Trix and Apple Jacks. I have to throw in Cinnamon Toast Crunch in there. Definitely got a soft spot for that. I do like a lot of the almond cereal is actually really good, especially with the almond milk and stuff like that. So any kind of thing with almonds is good. I really enjoy that. King Vitamin. I don't remember that one.
Oh, yeah. She is so spot on.
Yeah.
Which one was that?
King Vitamin. But vitamin wasn't spelled correctly. It's because they would have got sued because there was no vitamins in that cereal.
Hey, that's not even in the realm of genetic makeup of any cereal, putting a vitamin in any of it.
But that also is even charred glass, and actually it was shaped like a crown, so those points would cut the roof of your mouth as you ate the non-vitamin King vitamin.
we've got a
Special
photo
K.
there.
There it is. Yes.
Oh my
See, Vitamin. See, that's the no. That's
Hey,
it.
no, there's just something wrong with that. I'm sorry.
Why not purchase that one?
Yeah.
Philip Robert says Special K berry cereal. Yes.
Yeah, that was big for a while.
Yeah. Now the only knock I have on Special K is like, it's a little bit more pricey. That's fine. I get it. It's really good. But, and I know this is me yelling at the clouds, but can we put some more cereal in the box, please? Can we stop starting cereal lower than the halfway mark of the box? Like, the box is a tease. You open it up and it's all air and cereal.
Yep.
The cereal is fantastic, but can we contact the distribution center and just a couple more scoops, please? This isn't Subway where you get 2 pieces of meat on a sandwich. Like, I want, give me an actual sub restaurant that puts a lot of meat on there. Put some more cereal in the box, please.
They've all been that for the last decade or so. You're paying more, but you're only getting so less of what It's ridiculous. I'm not paying for empty space. I want my money worth. If you're going to charge me more, then you better have that box full.
Yes.
No, I agree.
Yep.
And by the way, you can see Kim had like a wonderful childhood of cereal memories. Honey Bunches of Oats were delicious, and Frosted Flakes, always a hometown favorite, right?
Yeah.
That was always my A-. Sometimes the cereal I wanted, but if you didn't have the cereal you were looking for, like a Captain Crunch or a King Vitamin, Frosted Flakes, come on, they're great. We were told they're great, so they're great.
They were. How about, let's see, what was that?
Hey, what did happen to Sugar Pops? And why was Sugar Pops? It was a cowboy, and then it was a frog. Like, it couldn't figure out who they wanted the mascot to be.
Yeah, but you stick your hand in it, and it just sticks to your hand. You don't need to.
Yes.
I don't eat cereal anymore.
It was like eating ladybugs.
And Kim, as
like,
Pastor Kenny would say, no condemnation. It's still eating at 62. That's a good.
Yes.
Yes.
Kim's still eating them.
And honeycombs used to be big. Remember the honeycombs? They were big. And the special thing about that was, because you'd put it on your spoon with some milk, and you would suck the air out of it, and then you would eat the cereal. See?
Now they're crunchy.
Now, sometimes you have to make, and I know we'll move on to the next thing, but cereal is such a fun topic. There's also those times, we've all been there, where we go for the cereal, right? And we're just like not that impressed. We're like, eh. And you open one, it's a little stale. You open another one, and some family member left like 3 little nuggets of the cereal to tease you to think that they're still in there. And then you have another one that's probably past the expiration date, and you just kind of combine everything. Have we ever done that before?
Of course.
Just to get rid of it, to get some new one.
Cereal. Okay.
Of course.
Yep, Captain Crunch staple.
Yes.
And cereal for dinner. Like tonight, I had service till 2. I came home. I had a late lunch. Had to go back to church for a meeting. Came home, did this. So I'm probably going to eat dinner after this. So probably not going to cook anything. So that cereal that Jake was mentioning, I think that's going to be the winner for dinner. Cereal for dinner is a thing. Although I got to do some more breakfast for dinner as well.
Oh, I do that all the time. Yeah,
me too.
So I did see in the chat earlier. There it is from Soup Bead, and Soup said restaurant. So he was wanting to see if we could do a restaurants one. So I'm going to go with just one to start off, and then you guys go after me. And I don't know why. I know it's nostalgia, but I'm going to throw a restaurant at you that should have never went away. And if someone asks me, why did you like it so much? I remember liking the bacon bits, and I liked the steak, and I liked the arcade that was part of the restaurant. But for me, and I bet if it was around today, I wouldn't like it as much. But the one place that always was Beefsteak Charlie's. That was my jam. Yes. I miss Beefsteak Charlie's. Bring it back.
Is that an East Coast place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, but Beefsteak Charlie, I missed that ever so much. So that would be at the top of my list if we could bring it back. But you know, nowadays, I think you have your chains. So I'm going to try to stay away from like local mom and pop places because nobody would know what that is.
Yeah.
But I really am a big fan of like the Japanese steakhouse type places like Bayasa's
Sure.
Mikoto's. And then I would also put, if you've ever heard of Cheddar's, Scratch Kitchen on there, definitely with Cheddar's on the list as well. And of course, Red Lobster, gotta have the all you can eat shrimp on there as well. So DJ, what are your thoughts? Any restaurants you put on your Mount Rushmore?
Okay, so it was closed because it ended up being politically wrong. But as a kid, I used to enjoy going with my dad, and when my grandparents from Chicago would come out to California, we'd go to 7-Eleven first and get Slurpees, and then we'd go to Sam's. And
Sure.
that just was always, to me, I thought it was great, but I was a kid, so I didn't understand. It's almost like the Aunt Jemima thing where,
Yep.
there was too much politics in breakfast, which is really kind of stupid, but whatever. I enjoy White Castle.
Me too.
And Home Run Inn Pizza in Chicago.
Boy, see, I never had that.
We talk about our pizza all the time, you and I. We talk about the best slices. We talk about the hot dogs. And
Yes.
Wrigley
Chicago
Field,
hot dogs are so good.
Wrigley Field needs to pop up some breakfast ones in there. Then they could just open up a breakfast around the ballpark. That would. Sorry, I mentioned ballpark.
Okay.
But that's not sports. Keep going. That's okay.
But, that would be perfect because, you got your dogs. They got their slice there. It's all Chicago. Let's go. But, yeah, Sambo's, yeah. And I agree.
I've actually heard wonderful things about Sambo's.
It was fun. There were these the cartoonish kind of characters, and it just went down because it wasn't a proper representation. There was a lot of the African American issues, and it was back in the day when people said certain words a certain way.
It was a different time.
You can't do it now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but it went away. I would say in the early 70s. But it was I think it was just a Southern California or a California thing. I don't think it was throughout different parts of the country.
So my three, one is extinct, and Mike said already, Beefsteak Charlie's, had a great salad bar, wonderful arcade, great bacon bits, as you mentioned, and just you can get a lot of food. I mean, and if you wanted a libation, you can get a libation. It was just a great little steakhouse. Just, DJ, think it wasn't even a steakhouse on Shore Avenue that was there for a while and it closed down. That was what Beefsteak Charlie's was like.
Sizzler?
Just picture Sizzlers, but like a little step up from Sizzlers. Like it was that kind of thing.
Okay.
But it was good. It was good food, and you didn't break an arm and a leg in terms of your wallet. Then the other two, there you go, Kim. That I love Olive Garden. Like people say, "Oh, you're half Italian. How can you like Olive Garden?" Again, price wise, you get a lot of food. I'm sorry, the soup and salad there is the best. You get great breadsticks. Let's go. And then the last one I got to tell you that I absolutely love is McDonald's. Say what you want, but let me tell you about McDonald's. You know what you're gonna get. You're not breaking the bank. Yeah, you're not breaking the bank. Let me tell you something. When my parents, my dad took me to like McDonald's, it was a thing. I knew I wasn't breaking his bank. It was hot. It was clean. And again, not great food, but it was just great. I only have great memories of McDonald's.
So I'm glad you mentioned McDonald's. I mean, obviously it wouldn't make my list or anything like that. But one thing, it gets a bad rap and stuff, but like it's affordable. Like I personally, call me crazy, obviously it's not the best coffee in the world, but I would much rather prefer McDonald's iced coffee over Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. I'm more of a Starbucks or a 7 Brew guy when it comes to coffee. But one thing I saw that was really neat at McDonald's, I had to work from there a couple of weeks ago. Our internet went out at home, and I went there, and there was a lady who was with her father, who was 89 years old, and so they were talking. Oh yeah, my 90th birthday's coming up in 2 weeks from today, and super. She takes him there every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They just have like a breakfast together, right? So 2 weeks later, the same thing happened. I was some issues connecting the internet at home. And so I had to go back to McDonald's to work because it was close by and everything. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, and I apologize for the dog barking next door, but out of the corner of my eye, I hear "Happy Birthday" starting to be sung. The entire staff at McDonald's is bought at their own money, bought a birthday cake for this 90-year-old man who comes every other day, basically. And they sang him "Happy Birthday," like they bought their own cake. Did their whole thing. I just thought that was tremendous.
How great is that?
Shout out. Yeah.
I love those kind of moments. For as much as I am a Starbucks fanatic, I mean, I would go 3-4 times a day. So, and I knew all the workers at the ones that I went to, they had closed. They were closing the one on Herndon in 99 and moving it across the street, right?
Right.
I spend so much picking time at these places. Before they did their grand opening, they had something just for the staff and their family members. Well, apparently, a lot of them people I'm related to, because I ended up going to that little soft opening with the staff, and I got my own Starbucks green apron, and
nice.
They'll treat me like I'm part of the family there, and so. I haven't been around there too much because there's a lot going on at the diner. So
Yes.
I haven't really had that opportunity. I went out today, went to Starbucks for the first time in, I don't know, almost 2 weeks.
I love that. I love that you went.
Yeah. Getting to know some of the newer Starbucks that are popping up, so yeah. But I get it. I like it when the customers are there enough where the workers know them and get there's that because people don't do that anymore. My husband says he don't like going places with me because I open my mouth and I just start talking to people. Well, nobody does it anymore. And I'm finding that it's more common now, but especially with the younger folk, and which is different, because they're like, oh, how do you know all that stuff? You're so young. No, shut up. I'm 60. I'm not that young anymore.
Right.
So, but it's just the art of communication with strangers is not accessible anymore. People just don't do it.
No, you're right. Dad used to do that. He used to go, it was Kmart. He found the Kmart cafe that gave free coffee, and he would talk the servers up like to borderline flirting, but it wasn't flirting. It was just Dad's way of like, just
Remember
being
when
nice to
used
everybody.
to shake his cup?
yes. So
I think I could get along with your dad.
Yeah.
You would.
So I want to go next, and my other half is just joined as well. Eileen is here.
Listen, just so you know, Sports Fan has
Looks
some
like-
654.
okay,
Brought up Carrabba's. I don't know too much about it. There was one near us, DJ, but I've never been to it. Is that what, like Italian food, I think? And
Yeah,
In-N-Out
that's like an
is just-
Italian. That's like a fancy Italian in terms of not fancy, but it's like more upscale than your Olive Garden and stuff like that. It's
Gotcha.
a little bit.
So like
The
next
bread
level.
is great and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's an excellent date night kind of place. So I thought if we have a little time, I know we usually end around 9, but if you guys can go a couple minutes over, that'd be cool because I have a couple more I want to try to get to. So I want to go TV sitcoms, not sitcoms per se, but just for time purposes. This can be anything. I will go first just to give you both some time to think. So if we had to have a Mount Rushmore of shows, now of course for a show to make the list, it'd have to be something you would watch over and over again. So that should be there. It's harder to, because you can do one just for comedy, so it's hard to kind of lump them all into one. So I almost want to say, if that's okay, for the purpose of this, let's keep comedy out because I think that there's so many paths we would go. It's hard to compare. So anything non-comedy, Mount Rushmore sitcom kind of thing. So we'll go there. So I'll start on my end, and then you guys can go after. So I will have to say, for me, the list in no particular order would be Sopranos, would be The Walking Dead, of course. I would have to throw Stranger Things on there. I know they don't make a new series but every
Yes.
17 years it seems like.
They're supposed to
Stranger
come out
Things.
with another episode.
Yes, finally, November, December, I think it is. Finally, it's going to happen. They're going to be in their 50s when we see these kids. So those three for sure would be on there. And then, although I think another one that really should be on that list, just because even though it's not my thing per se, Breaking Bad was such a great show.
Yes.
So those would be the four, with the honorable mention being House. I was always a House guy. So that would be
House.
Right there.
It's funny. I was just texting with somebody I work with just now, and they're like, House. Hopefully one of us said House, and it's so true. I love House.
Yeah.
And Darren, when I went to California all those years ago, it was so weird. I remember us all watching House one of the nights and watching it at 5 p.m. on a Monday. It was so weird to me because the whole West Coast thing.
Yeah, time difference is definitely such a
yeah. So anyone in the chat, as Darren and DJ are going to give their Mount Rushmore, we're doing Mount Rushmore of TV sitcoms. You cannot put a comedy in this list. This is just anything other than that, drama, any kind of thing. So again, I went with Stranger Things. I went with Sopranos. I went with Walking Dead, and I went with Breaking Bad. So, Darren, you want to go next?
Yeah, go. But it's interesting, Kim. I like your list. My wife watches Chicago PD.
Yes.
I love House. We were just talking about House. Fantasy Island, Love Boat were part of my youth. And NCIS, that show's been on 94 years, I think. Right?
Yes.
It's great. So my list is House. My list is Sopranos. My list also has on it. What's it called? What's it called? Noah Wiley was in it. It was not Emergency. It was not St. Elsewhere. It came out. ER. Loved ER.
Yeah.
A lot. And then a show that most people don't realize, because NYPD Blue got a lot of the love and Hill Street Blues got a lot of love. Something called Crime Story from the 80s was just so good. And, somebody mentions as well, Only Murders in the Building, which is very funny as well. But I would say my top four would be Crime Story, and that would round out the top four. It's just a lot of, so many hard choices to make. You know?
Yeah. And Sopranos, I know, is on both of our lists. I think Sopranos was similar to Stranger Things. We had to wait a long time between.
Yes.
But it was a great.
But House is my favorite. There's Sopranos. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you see. God bless you.
Bless you.
But yeah, Sopranos, great cast there. If you did not know. Ooh. Oh boy. Good. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Great cast.
I couldn't think. I was holding back sneezing.
But did you have a favorite character in Sopranos? Mine was Paddington, but as he's right there. But
oh wow! I didn't see him. There he is. How do you do that? I love that. Did you see that? DJ's cat.
This is my old lady. This is my old lady. She's 20 and she's got cataracts and she meows and I just wanna. So she's hanging on for whatever reason. I don't know.
I love it.
She follows me and irritates me, but I still have to love her. So if you two are done, let's see. I'm a documentary kind of lover. But to go aside from that, I don't really do the TV kind of series, but of course, The Walking Dead, anything reality TV, I just need to sit and watch stupid. And reality TV does that for me. It's a relaxing thing. In the form of TV shows, MASH.
Love MASH. Great pull.
Orange is the New Black.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
But
she has props. She has props.
Have the pilot script from Sons of Anarchy.
Wow.
How can you not love this? Okay.
How did you get that?
Oh, it's fun when you can obtain things online.
All right, I got you.
But it is quite amazing. There's probably about 50 pages for the pilot. And,
Wow.
I could not get enough of that. And that desensitized me. So nothing scares me. I don't get the spook jumps. Nothing could be the things that these people did in this. But yeah, so Walking Dead, anything reality, MASH, Orange is the New Black, and Sons.
I like your list, and as you're telling me the list, there's a raccoon somewhere behind me in the backyard that sounds like a 3-year-old, like a 5-year-old female that I don't know what's going on. So if I
Get eaten by a gator,
you see me ninja fighting or having a lightsaber battle with a raccoon, it'll be fine.
I know you got a couple more that you want to do, but real quick, Kim brings up another show called MASH, which triggered another question real quick. In television, in your opinion, and it shows that you really loved, what show had the most interesting character change over the course of the series? I'll give you mine. If you watch MASH, like I did, I watched every episode. Winchester went from sort of this Frank Burns wannabe to this wonderful character who really cared about people. I'm sorry?
I hear the raccoon.
You do? Okay. At first, I thought it was the cat that was, and I was like, no, that can't be. But yeah. So as long as it doesn't kind of come in this patio, we're good.
Right, you're safe.
Yeah.
All right, Darren, we're sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I was saying that Winchester from MASH was the greatest character development over the course of the year, course of the series.
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't have any. My pet is not here right now, and I feel left out.
Well, I've got 5 cats. I can send you any one you want, or all of them. It's okay.
All right.
I mean, they're all 9 years old except for the 20-year-old, so I can send you 5 cats if we want. Make it all better for you.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I got coyotes just outside my fence.
Yeah.
So we don't need that.
It probably doesn't make sense, the one that I'm gonna say, but how about Henry Winkler, how he went from tough dude to soft Happy Days?
No, it's true. Yeah.
Again, there's the kid memory in me.
He went from playing the tough guy to, telling kids to get library cards and stay in school. No, you're absolutely right. That's a good call.
Okay.
I'm trying to think here, because I know there's like 20, 30 shows that I should be able to just name off here from that question, and trying to think of someone that really changed in the series. Kim mentions Hogan's Heroes and Gamer Pile Bewitched. Trying to think of character changes. Because character changes is the key here. For someone to change like that, it have to be where they had a complete transformation. And man, drawing a blank here on this one. That's a really good one.
Again, Kim prompts something there in Bewitched.
Yeah.
The guy that played her husband on the show, Darren, named Dick York, he left the show, or it was Dick Sargent. They ended up getting a guy that looked exactly like the guy whose first name was also Dick. So I went from Dick York to Dick Sargent. They looked alike. It was incredible. Unlike the Partridge Family, remember, year 1, the kid had black hair who played the drums. Year 2, it's some blonde-headed kid. Where'd this kid come from?
That's physical change.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna because all right, I can answer.
He's still thinking.
Poor Mike.
I can't.
It's the raccoon.
But yeah, this raccoon is driving me crazy. But I'm going to go with. I know we're not talking sports, but that's like I have to go in this realm here. One of the very first series that I ever watched on Netflix was Friday Night Lights, and
that's not sports. That's your show. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a show. So Matt Sarastin in Friday Night Lights, he was a backup, quarterback that really was just kind of there. And obviously, the story, the lead quarterback got injured, couldn't play anymore, and he had to jump in, take up the position. And then the struggles and the character, he went from like this innocent gamer, nerdy, dorky kind of kid to like having to lead a football team. And then he had to take care of his grandmother. And then he got he changed a lot in that show. And a lot of the cast came and went and stuff. But I just really remember rewatching that series over and over again because I really was invested in his character. And I love, like, if they could ever, even if they brought, that would be one of the shows, if they brought it back, I would be 1,000% game on board for that. I didn't put that on my list, and I probably should have. That was a fantastic series to watch. It was so good. Had just enough, like, yes, it was some teenage drama and all that kind of stuff, but had just those shows where like they're playing 15-year-olds and they're 27, but they did just enough in there to.
I have two more, if I may.
Yes.
How about, and it's just not one person that transformed, okay? So you have to stop and think, because I know you both have watched these. Footloose. Almost the whole pick in town changed from, no dancing because it's sinful, to having these wild dance parties, right?
Having a hoot nanny.
That's one. But then what about Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, there's another.
Think about all of those that had massive character changes, personality changes, the whole 9 yards, even from the mom and dad to the crazy nutty sister, and the dancers, even Swayze changed his character. So that's, so those are two big ones. So
TJ, look at the picture. Look what he made. Even a little raccoon with a bat. Little Walking Dead raccoon show.
Yeah. That was terrifying.
And Marion Redmond comes in with Dawson's Creek.
Oh yeah.
I did like Dawson's Creek. I was always a Pacey person. I was one of the few. Everyone wanted Dawson to be the one with Joey and whatever. I was always a Pacey guy, so I was surprised they actually wanted.
You were Team Pacey.
Yeah, Team Pacey. Yeah, he made some mistakes along the way. That was a tearjerker finale, if there ever was one, when Jen passed and that whole thing. And I remember one time talking to someone about this show, maybe 3 years ago, and they're like, "Don't spoil it." I'm like, "I'm sorry. There's a statute of limitations when it comes to things. Like, if you haven't watched Dawson's Creek by
100%, yes. 3 years is it. I think we all could agree.
Yep.
Listen, if you haven't watched a show and it's 3 years over already, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So I guess we could end on this last one. I don't have to throw all of them in because I'm sure this has been a hit. I'm sure we'll have a part 2 or 3. But what was that?
In his back.
I didn't hear it.
There's your raccoon.
Yes.
Oh yeah. He's watching me. He's just in case. Like I want the raccoon outside to know I've got my eye on him. So
okay, good.
But so my last one here. So we all have guilty pleasure shows and stuff like that. So we'll stay on the show format because I'm sure we'll have other episodes in the future enhancing this a little bit more. But so guilty pleasure show. Again, I will go first with this one so a show that it's just us here talking. Nobody else is watching on YouTube, X, or Facebook Live right now. But if it's just us talking, your guilty pleasure show that you want nobody else to know that you watch, I will go first. That is Big Brother. I am a Big Brother fanatic. I love not just, the drama is one thing and, whatever. But what I love about Big Brother is the strategy.
Yeah.
If you ever watch that show, give it a shot for like 3 consecutive episodes. You'll be, even if you're not into the drama, the strategy, the games that they play, I'm hooked. I've never been like a Survivor guy or, those kind of things. Amazing Race. I've never really got into those. But Big Brother, like, it's like a thing. Like, if we can't watch it when it's on, we'll watch it the next day. So,
yeah.
Darren.
Sort of a tie between two. Definitely Family Guy. I just love Family Guy. And it's my guilty pleasure. Some of the jokes are a little salty. Topics a little salty. But it just is so funny. I can't help but laugh. And plus, and this is bad, but I have to be honest, right? If you ever get a chance, put on the Game Show Network and watch the old match game shows.
Did you see that coming with a new one?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's hysterical. I forget who the MC is, but it's going to be nutty. It's just
Because they were back in the day. They had the guy had the big long microphone, and they were all drunk, and
Yep.
they just were just silly and inappropriate in a way that's embarrassing, but you can't help but watch.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely know for sure we have to have another round or two of this, and we certainly will. This was a lot of fun. We love our sports, but every once in a while, that's what we call ourselves, around the ballpark, because we talk about other things along the way. Just want to give a quick shout out again. As you know, this coming Thursday night is a big night for us. It is our 100th episode, so we're gonna have so much fun. You gotta set aside time, cancel your plans, join us Thursday night 8. Can we go at? Let me know, Darren, if we can go at 8. We'll go at 8.
Oh yeah, I'm off a week.
Okay. I am going to go ahead. I didn't want to spoil it, but I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Our mystery guest this Thursday, right there. He will join us this.
Like
Thursday.
that guy.
Yes. So he will be with us.
And DJ, you know who this guest is. That's all I'm saying.
Stop.
Yes, you do.
Hey, that's just wrong, because now it's bothering me. Don't do that. You know me better than that. I'm going to be up all night thinking, who the beans?
Then it's a very well-known person.
Okay.
Yes. So, but thank you all of you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you had as much fun as we did. Thank you for participating in the chat. I see Kim said Outlander and Scandal. Thank you, Kim, the 100th episode. I appreciate that. But thank you all so very much for all that you do. And definitely again for National Tax Solutions, as Darren mentioned at the start of the show, for everything. So please make sure you're with us this Thursday night. Also, guys, I know it's been a pause for a couple of weeks on the summer movie preview series, but we wanted to kind of give it some time to let the rest of the summer movies catch up a little bit. So those will be coming out here as well this week. So keep an eye out for that material. But until Thursday night, guys, we will see you around the ballpark. Bye, guys.